A great gaming keyboard isn't just about flashy lights and clicky sounds. It's your most direct, physical connection to the game world. The right keyboard can genuinely make you faster, more accurate, and more immersed, while the wrong one can feel like you're fighting your own equipment. Choosing the perfect one can be tough with so many options out there, but that's exactly what we're going to break down today. I've spent a ton of time with 5 of the best options on the market, each one serving a different kind of gamer. All the product links are waiting for you in the description below, so you can check them out for yourself. Alright, let's begin. First up is the Logitech G413 TKL SE. This keyboard is an absolute workhorse, and it's the perfect entry point for anyone who wants to get serious about their gear without a lot of complexity. It has a tankless, or TKL, layout, which means it ditches the number pad to give you more desk space for wide mouse movements. The first thing you notice is the build quality. It has a black brushed aluminum top case that gives it a surprising heft and rigidity you just don't find in most keyboards at this price point. It uses tactile mechanical switches, so you get a satisfying little bump on each key press, confirming your actuation without being overly loud. I found this to be a fantastic, first real mechanical keyboard for anyone upgrading from a standard membrane board. The difference in feel and responsiveness is night and day. On the downside, it is a bit basic. You only get white backlighting, not full RGB, and the USB cable is not detachable, which is a minor inconvenience for portability. But honestly, for the gamer who prioritizes raw performance and a rock-solid build over flashy extras, the G413 TKL SE is an incredible value proposition from a brand you can trust. Now, if the G413 is about minimalist performance, the Diaria DK61 SE is about maximizing features on an incredibly tight budget. This is a 60% keyboard, meaning it's even smaller than a TKL, cutting out the arrow keys and function row to achieve a tiny footprint. For anyone with a small desk, this is a game changer. Imagine being able to swing your mouse in a massive arc for a flick shot in an FPS without ever bumping into your keyboard. That's the freedom a 60% layout gives you. The most shocking feature here is that it's hot swappable. This means you can pull the switches out and replace them with different ones without any soldering. That's a feature usually reserved for much more expensive enthusiast-grade boards. Of course, to hit this price, some compromises were made. The entire case is plastic, so it doesn't have that premium heft of the Logitech, and the software used for controlling the RGB lighting can be a bit clunky to navigate. It's best for a gamer on a strict budget or someone who's curious about the keyboard modding hobby and wants an inexpensive platform to start experimenting with different switches. So, you like the compact 60% form factor of the Diaria, but you're dreaming of a clean wireless setup. That's where the RK Royal Kludge RK61 comes in, and it is a massive fan favorite for a reason. It takes the compact, customizable foundation of a board like the Diaria and adds a layer of incredible versatility. The killer feature here is its tri-mode connectivity. You can connect it with a standard USB-C cable for zero-latency gaming, use the low-latency 2.4 GHz wireless dongle for a responsive cable-free experience, or connect via Bluetooth to up to 3 different devices. I had it paired to my gaming PC, my work laptop, and my tablet, and switching between them was as simple as a key combo. The freedom this provides is fantastic. When you compare it directly to the Diaria DK61 SE, you're essentially paying a small premium to cut the cord and gain huge flexibility. The RK61 also tends to have a slightly better out-of-the-box typing feel. The main drawback is that the battery life takes a noticeable hit when you have the vibrant RGB lighting cranked up, so you might find yourself plugging it in to charge more often than you'd like. But for a gamer who wants one keyboard to do it all, wired gaming, wireless productivity, and multi-device control, the RK61 offers unbelievable value. Okay, we've gone from TKL to 60%, but what if all this talk of saving space makes you anxious? What if you're an MMO player who needs every key imaginable for your spell rotations, or a content creator who lives by the number pad? For you, there's the Redragon K580 VATA. This thing is the complete opposite of minimalist. It's a full-size keyboard with a dedicated number pad, a full-function row, and then some. It includes 5 programmable macro G keys on the left side, which are a godsend for complex games or productivity shortcuts. My favorite feature, though, has to be the dedicated media controls and the metal volume roller. Being able to adjust your music or Discord volume on the fly without alt-tabbing out of your game feels like a luxury you won't want to give up. The entire experience is about having maximum control at your fingertips. Now, the trade-off is its sheer size. This thing has a massive desk footprint. It's pretty much the monster truck of budget keyboards. It's not elegant, but it will absolutely get the job done and then some. While the build is mostly plastic, it feels sturdy enough, and it's also hot swappable with Outemu switches. For anyone playing MMOs or strategy games or who simply cannot part with a full layout, the K580 packs in more features per dollar than almost anything else out there. But if money is no object, and your one and only goal is to gain a competitive advantage through pure, unadulterated performance, then we have to talk about the SteelSeries Apex Pro Mini. This keyboard is in a completely different league. It's a 60% board like the RK61, but inside, it's hiding some of the most advanced technology you can get. It uses SteelSeries' OmniPoint 2.0 adjustable switches. This means you can customize the actuation point, the distance a key has to travel to register an input, on a per-key basis, from a super sensitive 0.2 mm to a deep, deliberate 3.8 mm. The level of control is just staggering, but the real magic is a feature called Rapid Trigger. This resets the key the instant you start to lift your finger, rather than waiting for it to pass a fixed reset point. For a scenario in a tactical shooter like Valorant, this is huge. You can peek a corner, take a shot, and strafe back to safety faster because the keyboard registers your release input instantaneously, allowing for incredibly fluid and rapid counter movements. It feels less like typing and more like the keyboard is directly connected to your nervous system. Of course, this level of performance comes at a very steep price, making it a serious investment. It's a stark contrast to the Redragon K580's philosophy of more features. The Apex Pro Mini is all about perfecting the core experience for competitive players who demand the absolute best. So, how do you choose? Let's wrap it all up. If you're a competitive player chasing every millisecond of advantage and have the budget, the SteelSeries Apex Pro Mini is the undisputed performance king. For the best all-around value that gives you wireless freedom and customization in a compact size, the RK Royal Kludge RK61 is almost impossible to beat. If you just want a reliable, no-nonsense mechanical keyboard from a top-tier brand that will last you for years, the Logitech G413 TKL SE is your best bet. If you play MMOs or simply need all the keys and controls you can get, the feature-packed Redragon K580 VATA is the one for you. And finally, if you're on the tightest budget or want to dip your toes into the world of keyboard modding, the Dieria DK61 SE is an incredible starting point. My biggest tip is to be honest about your needs. Think about your desk space, the games you play most, and whether features like wireless or macros are truly important to you. That will guide you to the perfect choice. I hope this breakdown was helpful. Don't forget to check the links in the description to see the latest prices. If you got some value from this video, a sub to the channel would be amazing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.